Hey guys, yay! I'm so happy to be doing this Q&A with you guys. I miss you guys. It's going to be awesome to be able to chat with you in the premiere, which we're doing right now. So there might be all kinds of background noise in this one due to my current circumstances. Yes, I'm being mysterious, I know, and I'm sorry, but that's all I can say for now. Here, Annie. There you go. You good? Okay. Sometimes you gotta help them out. There you go, honey. Okay, so I wanted to pull some spirit cards for you guys. They have been so helpful even to me through a very transformational time right now. So, and yeah, I will get them out. I just it's going to be just a little bit yet. So please continue to be patient. You guys are so amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing how supportive, kind, loving, and gracious you have been about everything. So thank you so much for being a part of my family. Okay, so let me pull some spirit cards for you. Hama anate and sasesha ikein. Ha la homa ama anataike. San seshiki kimpe oma ake. He la ofuma on. They just said many of you who've been praying, if not, no, they just said all of you who've been praying are going to have your prayers answered. They are listening, they are hearing, and they're waiting for the appropriate time. They're not going to rush things. They have to wait for a number of things to line up, but whatever you've been praying for, it is definitely going to happen, and they want you to know that. Okay, as long as it hasn't been selfish. They're saying where it's just all for you and you don't care about the other person involved or the other people or whatever. If it's a selfish kind of narcissistic type of request you've been making, those are not getting listened to. But those that are coming from like a pure heart and that have been completely sincere, yeah, you guys are going to be rewarded. Okay, so the first card I'm pulling is we're doing all we can to help comfort and encourage you. We love you so much. Aww. Aww. Okay, we could use it right now, huh? Just let go. Waiting energy just pushes away. Wow, have faith it's coming because it is. Oh my gosh. You have nothing to fear but the thoughts you're entertaining. I thought I turned that off, but I guess it's still popping on. Okay, shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off to sleep like a baby. Okay, and oh, 2 cards came out. You need to remove that toxic person or group from your life if you want things to change. And what would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? Love yourself like you love him or her. And one more. We're all just a work in progress, so cut yourself some slack and begin again. Self-love is the nucleus of all that is good. Oh, there's one sticking out. Let's see what that is. Yeah, what would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? Love yourself like you love him or her. Okay, they said that's key. You're being too superficial. Dig deeper to pull it up by the roots. What's really underneath all of this? Don't doubt your intuition. You're not making it up. Go with the new and inspired rather than the comfortable but worn out. Okay, so I am going to... Nala just came galloping up and arched her back. These guys keep me entertained. And Annie just took off after Nala. Go get her. Go get her. Okay. Oh, these guys. All right. So I'm going to do a blessing to help those of you, because I pulled some cards for some of you, some spirit cards on Instagram recently too. It looks like a lot of people are trying to make some big decisions right now. So, they just said, if you want to move, go for it. Go for it. And there's not too lofty of a goal. Like, if you just take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Okay. And God will support you. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So, let's do a blessing to help those of you who are trying to make a decision right now, to make the decision that's ultimately for your best and highest good and everybody else involved. Whenever you make a truly authentic decision for yourself and you decide to do the right thing for yourself, it has the craziest way of working things out for everybody involved. The key is to always be authentic and to act on divinely inspired ideas that you get. So if you feel excited about something and you think, you know what, this, in my heart of hearts, this is really what I want. When you take all of the overthinking out of it, and you just get down to the brass tacks of what it truly is all about and what really would make you happy, when you make that decision based on faith, not based on everything all being lined up and everything all being perfect and everything, we try to make ourselves secure by so many superficial means. Do we have enough money to do that? Do we have, would this hurt my career, or would this, all that common sense type of stuff? You got to throw that out the window. You just have to go totally and truly with what's pulling you intuitively and what's tugging at your heartstrings. That's the thing you go for, and you don't care about all the rest of it. When you take a leap of faith, it's like when you're truly being in the moment like that, and when you're being led by spirit, you will be 100% supported. It's like the whole universe conspires to help you make your dreams come true because you took that leap of faith. So don't get caught up in your head, some of you, about making that decision. Just do what is calling you. Do what is calling you, and listen to it. I recently had to make a decision, and it was it totally went against all logic for me. It was even something that I knew I didn't want to do it. I honestly, honest to God, I didn't want to do it. So I kept telling God, well, you better make it even more obvious. And then God made it more obvious, which to me, God is a group of deities, by the way. Somebody said, you talk about God a lot. I was like, well, you may want to listen to my definition of what God is, okay? Group of deities. Because she was like, I believe more in spirit. And I was like, that is what I'm seeing as God. So anyway, though, I said, you're gonna have to please just turn up the volume, keep giving me signs and things about this, because and it was funny because they kept pushing me so hard and stuff that I finally was just like, okay, so sometimes the decisions, our head tries to get in the way. Like, that's not logical, that doesn't make common sense, that doesn't, why would I do that? That doesn't even, I want to bring up a story I've told you guys before, so I apologize if you've heard this before, but it's such a great example. I went to go on a hike one time, and I was parking my car, and I happened to have some canned foods in the back seat that I was going to donate. I've always been somebody who likes to collect things and donate them. So I don't know why, but so in my back seat was a bunch of canned and boxed foods and stuff that I was going to donate. And I had the weirdest feeling to set the box of food outside my car, and I didn't understand why in the world would I do that. That doesn't make any logical sense. So I didn't do it because I didn't want to look like a fool. What person would walk by my car and see a bunch of unperishables or non-perishables sitting out. Annie, what are you doing, you goofball? You silly goose. What person would walk by and be like, what the hell? Somebody just left a bunch of canned foods outside their car? Like, what are they thinking? Yeah, I don't know. Back then, I guess I was afraid of the judgment, or just didn't want to look like an idiot for doing that. I don't know. So I didn't do it. And when I got back from my hike, my car had been busted into, and somebody took those canned goods. That's all they took. And I had a purse and a bunch of money in my purse, and they didn't even find that. They didn't even look for it. They just wanted the canned food. Isn't that crazy? So if I would have just listened to Spirit and set the canned food outside my car, that person who was apparently starving would have just grabbed the food. Which also would have been annoying when I got back to my car, but it wouldn't have been as bad as somebody breaking into my car. You know what I mean? So I've definitely learned through the years that you have to listen. No matter how crazy it sounds, you just got to do what Spirit tells you to do. So let's do that blessing to help those of you making these decisions to be. It really doesn't even take. I never really feel like, oh, I'm so brave. Like my friends will be like, you're so brave to do this. I'm like, I don't think I'm brave. I think I'm obedient, because I think I turn into an idiot if I don't listen. So, and I do. It's true. Like you're always the fool if you don't listen. You're never the fool if you do. So, yeah, I've just learned that I may not know what I'm doing. I may not have everything that I need. I may not feel prepared, but I just stay really grounded and centered as much as I can, so that I'm not reacting, but I'm like responding to God's call. And I just do the very best I can to be as prepared as I can. And then I just do as I feel like I'm being prompted to do. So, just like that card was saying, like, you don't have to have everything lined up perfectly at all, not even close. But when God says go, you gotta go. Okay, so hama na tayin sa se shi he la kapin ho ma na tayi san se shi he la on po o ma ke and se la. Hi love, what are you doing? Yanni just jumped up on my lap. You are so precious. You're just a little fluff ball. I love you, little one. You are so sweet. Okay. Whoop. All right. Some of your animals are probably reacting right now to that. They're like, where is she? Can I see her? Hama na tayin sa se he la hopoma bakona ai. San se she la umaake. She's also reminding me. Annie is. Whoa. Could you be careful, please, for a second? Okay, there we go. We got it. She's also letting you guys know that there was also a message about somebody projecting. Thank you, Annie. In Instagram, I talked about. I pulled a couple of cards about how whatever you're triggered by right now, it's not about you. It's about whoever's triggering you is actually projecting. So if you're ever wondering, am I projecting or is this really about me? Then imagine the person who said it to you standing in front of the mirror and ask yourself, is that more true than them telling me that it's me? And that's when you'll know. I did that one time. Somebody wrote me a really long, nasty letter, an email, and I was mature enough to take a look at it, and I was like, if there's a golden nugget in this that I can learn from, that I can be a better person from, I'm going to get it. And I'm going to pull it out of this email somehow. So I went through and I read it and really picked it apart in terms of like, is this true about me? Is this true about me? And I kept doing that throughout the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, sometimes I can be that way. Okay, sometimes I see that. I could see how, or at least I could see how they would see that, or whatever. And I did that through the whole thing. But ultimately, I just kind of sat back and I thought, this isn't me. Like, I don't know what they're talking about, but this is not me. That's more her than me. And all of a sudden I pictured her in front of the mirror saying all of that to herself, and I went, whoa, that's exactly what she would say to herself, all of it. And I read it again, thinking about that, like that I was reading a script that she was saying to herself in the mirror, and that's what made real sense. So just try that on for size. If you feel like somebody's giving you a hard time about something, just realize that most people, if not all people, are projecting. If they're saying something bad about you, it's probably not about you. It's that, how dare you be that way, whatever that way is, because I can't be that way. I don't feel like I would be loved by God if I did that. So how dare you be free to do what you want, So, okay, so it's about their own self-love, not you. So you just mind your own business. You do what the hell you want to do, and don't even worry about what anybody else thinks of it, because you're following your heart, you're following your intuition. You feel like, you're really drawn to it. You can't stop thinking about it. Just do it. Just get it over with. It's going to happen inevitably anyway. So it may as well just start to flow. Okay, so finally we're getting to our first answer. So this is for S.A. She says, I'm feeling stuck in a job that leaves me living nearly paycheck to paycheck. The work hours are not great, and I hardly get to spend time with my young daughter or have the time or energy to pursue courses to upgrade myself. I've been sending out resumes, but I haven't had much luck. Can you provide some insight on if you see me finding new work that will provide me with better work-family life balance and offer a better salary so I can start saving for my future? Should I continue using sites like Indeed and LinkedIn to find work, or is there a better way for me to attract a new job? Right off the bat, the first thing I'm seeing is that affirmations can definitely work in your favor. So all you have to do in any particular situation, and I like to talk to everyone when I answer these things, and most of you know that, because I like to really help all of you in a similar situation as well. So the first thing, is affirmations. So whatever's going on in your life that you feel like that you need help in, like this isn't, we're really good at complaining. We're really good at it. I wish I had enough this. I don't have enough that. And we talk like that. But the key when using affirmations is to catch yourself saying the negative thought to somebody else or out loud. Like it's so difficult to do blah, blah, blah. You have to catch that moment when you do it and be self-aware enough to catch it. And then you have to say an affirmation to the opposite of that and really mean it heartfelt. So we look at this and you could say, like, I'm feeling so stuck in a job that leaves me. And then you could take an affirmation, thank you, God. Now you always pray to God as if it's already happened. Thank you, God, so much for giving me a job that enables me to not even worry about the income that I'm making whatsoever. That I just know that the money is coming in, everything's taken care of, and I don't have a worry in the world when it comes to money. I just know that it's coming in, I'm being provided for. Thank you, God, so much that my family's always taken care of. Thank you that I'm always taken care of, and thank you that there are always better and better solutions and opportunities being offered to me all the time that better support me and grow me and make me so excited to wake up in the morning, So start to say that every time you catch yourself complaining or feeling bad about your circumstances, replace it with the opposite. So thank you, God, so much for all the incredible solutions and lucrative opportunities I'm being given at this time. I'm so excited to see what's up ahead for me. I'm so excited to be given so many incredible options and so many wonderful offers. I feel overwhelmed and excited at all of the different options, So that's the first thing that comes to me. is stop affirming your current circumstances. I know you're just doing it for the sake of this question, so I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying, like, that's just our human nature. We're really great at listing off all the things that are going wrong. So another way of getting yourself out of that situation is to do the thank you God for my misery exercise that I have here on YouTube. So just put in my name and the word misery, and it'll pop right up. Learn how to do that exercise with anything that you have resistance to, anything that you feel upset about or isn't fair or you feel victimized by or that it should be different. Nala, that's probably not the best idea, love. I'm gonna have to come rescue you if you do that. So do that exercise, because what it does is it helps you to radically accept conditions as they are, because the resistance to it keeps it perpetuated. So try to do the exercise on paper. Don't do it in your head. So many of you take shortcuts. Oh, I know I should just be grateful. You guys try to take some kind of shortcut, which I think also that card was referring to in the beginning, like, don't take shortcuts. You gotta work it out and really do it properly. So it takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of contemplation. It takes a lot of review, all kinds of things. So you just gotta sit down and do it, and it'll very much transform your situation if you do it properly. So do that exercise so you can drop all resistance. Let me take care of Nala for a second. Okay, so having said that, so those are things that you can do for yourself. But let me just see what Spirit has to say about the situation. Well, I'm going to pull a Spirit card on this. You're being too superficial. Dig deep to pull it up by the roots. What's really going on underneath all this? I got fear and lack. So, oh my gosh, the next card says this involves fear of death, but there really is no death. The energy just transforms, but it's still there. So, yeah, one of the things that we've been kind of duped on in our world is to believe that everything is about the future or the past, and all this fear around it. So yeah, I would say doing the thank you God for my misery exercise is really going to help you to drop that as well, because it helps you to totally embrace instead of fear or be angry or resentful about that situation. It just breaks you free. Go with the new and inspired rather than the comfortable and worn out. Spirit talks to you through everything and everyone. Develop your senses. Pay attention to background noise, conversations, colors, shapes, smells, and sounds, numbers. Ask inanimate objects how they feel. Talk to nature and animals. Stay in touch with the synchronicities of life. Okay. So, and you do have better work coming. So I feel like what they're saying is you have to raise your vibration and get out of the lack mentality. And that's not a judgment. It's just taking a good look at what... I think it's really just kind of reiterating what I was... You guys are about to hear some noise. Do you need help? You got it? Or do you need me? Go for it. You can do it. You can do it. Annie's about to take a leap of faith. Go for it, sweetie. I believe in you. You can do this. You can do it. I'll help you if you need. Just let me know, but I think you got it. Okay, so if she takes that leap of faith, you're going to hear a loud sound. Okay, so yeah, make peace with what's happening right now in your current circumstances. Find the joy in it. Be excited. Your way to and from work. Be putting your hand on your heart and say, I'm so grateful. I have such a beautiful drive to work. I love waking my daughter up in the morning and making her lunch, and I'm so happy and so excited. I've got all the time in the world. Oh my gosh, the time that we spend together is so precious and so fun. I just love being with her. Like, affirm things that aren't even happening. I love that we have our own home. I love that no one dictates to us what we can do. Like, we have total freedom to play and have fun and to be as we are. And I'm so excited to be able to provide for us and have ample time to play around and goof off with my daughter. Like, just affirm both the things that you love about your life and that you're grateful for, and things that aren't happening that you would like feel as if it's already happening. Like, oh my gosh, that feels so incredible to not even worry about money, but just to do as I want, you know? Okay, so question number 2. I'd like to be a mom again. I have a daughter and I would love to give her a sibling, but due to financial circumstances and being in a karmic marriage, things have not worked out as I had wished. I'm open to adoption or having another child of my own, but with a different partner, though I'm 47, so I don't know if it's still realistic. I just got yes, it is. Do you see me being a mom again? If yes, how would this come about? They said, don't even worry about how it will come about. Just know that it will and have faith that it will. You know, use those affirmations again for that situation. Thank you, God, so much that I have a wonderful, healthy, beautiful new daughter or son, you know, that I have a new child. And I'm so excited that my daughter has somebody to play with. Nala's laying on her back looking at me. These guys. So affirm everything that you want. Thank you, God, that it was so easy to find the solutions to be able to have a child. I'm so excited to be a mom again. I'm so happy at how great this worked out. And I'm so glad that I have a healthy partnership too. I'm so glad that I'm in a really healthy relationship with a man who loves me tremendously, and we have this healthy child that we're raising that we just, you know, it could not be a happier moment in my life than this, you know, just be thanking God for that which has already happened that hasn't really yet in the 3D, but will. And I get a yes again. You're gonna have a child. I feel like, I mean, there's also med beds. I don't want people counting on those med beds, you know, because it's one of those things. Some people believe it'll happen, some people don't, all that kind of stuff. But I happen to be one of the believers that it's going to happen. And I just saw 47, and then I saw it erased to 27. So to me, that's even more proof and evidence that it's going to happen, because how else are you going to be able to age regress to 27 from 47, right? So, I just saw you holding a little baby and looking at her with this big smile. So I would say that's a double yes, triple yes. So just use your affirmations. They're super powerful. They're super effective. And you also need to clean up your life in terms of, you know, a lot of those cards in the beginning referred to you, I guess, or were relevant to you, because you need to get rid of that toxic person in your life. If you have a karmic that you're with, you're not going to be blessed with the things that you're going to be blessed with when you follow spirit. And when you go with loving things and loving people, loving circumstances. So always make your choices to go toward loving and inspirational things and people and circumstances. And say affirmations to get there if you need to. Thank you, God, that it was so easy for me and my husband to part ways, if he is a husband. Thank you, God, that it was so easy for me to heal from all of this. It was so much quicker of a process than I ever thought that it was going to be. And now I'm so happy with this new person who treats me really well, you know? Okay. CJ. Nala. If you guys watch her on Instagram, watch them on Instagram. It's InstaFam fun. Nala has this way of like spreading her little front legs out. She's laying on the edge of the bed with her two little front legs sticking straight out. It's so cute. Okay. Hi Amy, I really love your work. I just wanted to thank you for everything you're doing for everyone. You're welcome. I have a couple questions for you about health and life in general. But first I'd like to tell you a little something. September 12th, I went in to have my permanent makeup texed up. I don't know what that is. The next day I woke up with a headache and nausea and dizziness, and it has not gone away. It was so bad I had to quit my job. Wow. Since then it's become less severe. I've been trying to figure out through different doctors of what's going on. I had a brain MRI and it came back with a brain lesion on the left frontal lobe, but no explanation of what's causing it. Weird. And it's affected her dog. It's happening at the same exact time. Your little dog was spotting. It looks like blood in his male strap that he wears. He wears a male strap? What the heck is that? Okay. So let's look at the situation. Let's see what spirit, let's see. We would like to really know what's going on and how to treat it. Okay. Hapamahatnake. Is the lesion, does it have to do with the makeup thing? Yes, it does. I see like a little explosion. Oh, I think they did something. I think they popped something. They I don't know. Did you see a blood vessel get popped or something in it? In like when you had this done? Some kind of, yeah, something popped and it had like a domino effect, I guess. Or that was, the lesion was like a reaction to, hi honey. Oh, now Nala's crawling up on my lap. You're so sweet. You're so cute and so sweet and so soft. Okay. Hapama anake. They said it can be fixed. They said I can fix it. Okay. Shambe na teki he na ai. Hapopo mama ana aike. Chanchi hey la popom. Why did the dog get something though? Is this related? Is the dog thing related? What the heck? Oh, they're saying that your dog took on your energy. Like a lot of animals, when they have a lot of compassion and empathy for us, they kind of take on our pain in weird ways. It feels like that happened in this instance. Like your dog just had compassion for you. And does this have anything to do with any kind of like chemicals or toxic stuff that was put in the materials that was used? No. Does it have to do with the way that the doctor did whatever he did? Yes. He did something wrong. He made a mistake. Maybe he went too deep. I mean, I don't even know what you're even talking about. So, yeah, it was a mistake. I feel like it was the doctor's mistake. Tante hipe. I don't think he's had that happen before though, so he didn't know what to think. What, sweetie? What? What's going on? Huh? What's going on? Little boo-boo girl? Hama anate ke hen she hit na ai. Kapu ma an. Oh, off the computer. Thank you. Good Lord. Hama anate. What? What do you want? She's restless. And Annie still has not taken that leap of faith, by the way. She's laying down just kind of watching from a bird's eye view. Like some of you. Okay, if you go down there, you're going to get stuck, and then I'm going to have to pull you out. So, can you please occupy yourself? I cannot entertain you right now. Okay, so anything else she needs to know about this? No, they said just clear it. Okay. Heke na po umaha na I can pull a spirit card for you too. Shenche hela ha ikens. Wow, they did say a feast is coming for you. I don't I don't know what that has to do with anything, but whoa, take your time making this decision. You'll know when it's time to take action. Don't worry, you won't miss the window. I don't know what you're trying to decide, but they're saying, you know, go when you're prompted, or do something when you're prompted. They also want you to kind of have a good laugh about the whole thing. Laugh for 3 to 5 minutes before bed or in the mirror. Good laughter is incredibly healing. What are you doing, you silly girl? Let me move those out of the way for you. There. Now you can walk across. There you go. Okay. Love is the only answer, and love is grace. Okay. Oh, see, gosh, it just seems like today's Q&A is all about, or like a major energy right now has to do with like doubting your decision, your ability to make good decisions and stuff. Because it says if you're doubting it, it may not be trustworthy, but if it is and you're wrong, you can always heal your ego. But you can't always heal the damage done when you don't trust your gut. So true. This involves fear of death, but there really is no death. The energy just transforms, but it's still there. Don't doubt your intuition. You're not making it up. So, okay. Hema ana taking sa sushi in ha ana ake. Hapana ki isan. Ma ana take. Ha location say. Okay, well, it's been healed energetically. It takes a little bit. When you heal something, it heals energetically first, and then it could take hours or days to take effect physically. So just keep an eye out. The dog, Shayenke Pumhotmaan, Tata Nahaela, Sanseshi Ikin. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be spotting anymore. Are there toxic materials? Toxic? Yeah, there are, but that's not what caused this. There are toxic things in whatever you did, but that's not what made this happen. Okay, so number 2, my next question is, what do you see happening for me in 2022? Okay, and I just looked down at somebody taking a leap of faith. So it does look like you're trying to decide something. So, you know what's kind of fun? You can take a bunch of index cards, and I'm gonna like timestamp right now. Hang on. So, take index cards and imagine you sitting in front of God, and write down all the answers you think that God would give you about whatever the decision is. So, things like, yes, you're right on to think this way, or no, I think you should think of a different way. Ouch, that hurts. She's trying to play with something and she used her claws and so like write down all the different answers that you feel that there are. Just really rack your brain and think of all the different things that would be answers to what you're looking at. Like, don't do that, do this. You know, yes, go ahead and do that. No, don't do that. Or you've got time to make this decision, or you don't have to do this now. Or go for the thing that's further away, go for the thing that's closer, go for the person with brown hair, go for the one with blonde hair, go for, like, think of all the different answers to your question and put them on the index cards and just shuffle them and shuffle them and shuffle them and asking God the answer to your questions. And when you start seeing the same cards show up all the time, that's your answer. Or they could change too from day to day. like pull cards every day on it and see that they start to like evolve. Or you could even make a card that says, this is the way that it's going to roll out. This happens, this happens, this happens, and this happens. But make several different scenarios. And if you see the same one keep coming up, you're like, oh, I guess that's how it's going to roll out, you know? So that's just kind of a fun, creative way to do it. Okay, yeah, so I actually feel a move. I just saw the word bus. So maybe, I don't know if you've been thinking of transforming a bus into a living place, you know, something like that. Or maybe you're going to take a bus to go to a new location. But I saw the word bus. So I have a feeling, though, that it's maybe even a VW bus that's going to get converted into, you know, a sleeping place, like a place for you to live or camp or whatever. I see you reading a lot, writing a lot. It's like you're preparing for maybe writing a book of your own. So maybe you're reading a book about a subject that you're thinking to write a book on, and you're going to just make it different. You're going to become a part of some kind of club. It makes me think of like Boulder Stands Up. If you guys look, Nala, what are you doing? Okay, but like Boulder Stands Up, I thought that there were like, well, when I first heard about it, there were like 50 people. And then when I went to a meeting, there were like probably a good 100 people or more. And now I heard that they're like up to 500 people. So maybe look, everyone in your area, like look up meetup groups called Stand Up. So Boulder Stand Up, or whatever, wherever you are, put that city before Stand Up and see if you can, you know, if you can find a group near you. But you're going to become part of some kind of a club that's going to offer you, it could be a traveling club. It could be a van conversion traveling club or something too. Whatever it is, though, it's going to make you feel supported and kind of part of a like-minded family. Okay, so let's get to my next person. SS. Okay. Hi, Amy. Hope you're well. Thank you. I've been working on setting up my art business, creating paintings, and e-commerce website. Nice. Spirit is giving you a thumbs up. Can Spirit give me advice or blessings to help my art business thrive? Yeah. Just create from the heart and don't worry about the money. The money will come when people feel your vibration. One thing that I would do too was when you're finished with the piece, sit it in front of you and imagine the whole world like in the palm of your hands, and put the energy of your painting into the world. So like bless the world with the energy of that painting, for example. Just wrap everyone in that love, the love of that painting. Nala, what? Boy, she's just a little bit restless, isn't she? Let me go see her. She wanted to play. So I played with both of them for a minute. Okay. Anything else she needs to know? So, yeah, just surround the people in the globe with love and light and the feeling of your heart when you made the painting and what it represents for you. Just offer that gift to the world, and it's gonna just put a vibration that attracts those that are going to be drawn to your painting. Okay, Hama anataike and sasashike. Something about getting rest. Are there like aspects of your business that are kind of stressing you out? It just feels like you need to just kind of take a break sometimes and either take a nap or, sleep in and like don't stress. Honey, I can't play with you 24/7. And they're like children, I swear. Honey. She's still wanting to play. I guess I didn't play with her enough. We're just gonna let her meow, I guess. I think she's going a little stir crazy in our situation. Okay. So your second question is about you want a true love check-in. I'm getting a spirit card for you. We want you to give this a try. Okay, so whatever I just said, Spirit's saying, yeah, we want you to try that. Do that thing you want to do and quit waiting on anyone or anything to line up. Just do it. Sounds like you need to take a leap of faith too. Don't doubt your intuition. You're not making it up. So there you go. Okay. True love check-in for you and your person. What's he feeling and thinking about her right now, Spirit? What's he thinking and feeling about her, please? What's he feeling and thinking about her right now, please? Okay. He's trying to get up courage. He wants to heal things between you guys. He believes you have a bright future. He loves you, but he's hiding that. And he wants to stop hiding it, and he wants to start like celebrating. In the future, he is going to lay that burden down. So he's actually like thinking of ways that he can get up the courage. Maybe he feels embarrassed about some things that have happened, or maybe he's been a people pleaser, or maybe he's been a bit defensive, and now he wants to like put his guard down and give you a little glimpse of how much he loves you. It's like he doesn't want to come right out with the biggest offer in the world initially, but like wants to maybe dip his toe in the water and show you that he has faith in you guys. She does not usually do this. Nala hama anake and saseshi iken. Hapama ana ike tatai. Popo hopma ashe sase. He wants to go to the next level with you, and he's going to be celebrating when that happens because it's going to be wish fulfillment. So it feels like he's always daydreaming about you and what you guys have in store for you up ahead. If he can just, get some courage up here. He's very much looking forward to, wow, I think he's thinking about marrying you. We've got the King of Wands and Justice. Hi, sweetheart. He's wanting to take action out of integrity and do right by you. He just said for once. And he's tired of ignoring the situation. He says he's going to get a coal in his stocking for Christmas, which is very interesting considering we just passed Christmas. So, okay, trying to get up the strength. We have the Strength card, the World card, the Fool, and the Ace of Pentacles. He is trying to work his way up to giving you a really good, solid offer that can heal things for you guys, and something that's authentic for him. So that message in the beginning of this Q&A pertains to him as well. If he makes that choice to go toward his authenticity and like actually listen to those little tugs on his heart, he's got a new beginning coming that can be very, very prosperous with the 10 of Pentacles. And it may be a surprise to you to see him step in his power with the 7 of Swords and the Emperor. He's strategizing on how to get in his power and impress you. So let him do his thing and continue to process. He knows that he needs to do right by you, and it's burdening him to not do that. So his conscience is weighing on him, and he's really feeling pressed He said pressed for time, but he's also feeling pressed to make time for you. Okay. Okay, PP. Can you please help me with my poor eyesight? It started in July of 2021 as a film across my eyes and keeps everything blurry and fuzzy, but it will not wipe off. Interesting. I've scheduled a 20-minute session with you, but it's not until March, and I was hoping you could help sooner. Thank you so much. I so admire your work and your heart. Thank you. All right, let's take a look here. Shin chen sa se he e la on ham pam pa iken ta tai san se he la akep hama ans she he e ken hopum ho an ta te ki la ta tai hi san se. They're encouraging you to use affirmations also, but it's like they took a foggy contact lenses out and then they put clear ones in energetically. So, but in order for you to see more clearly, I feel like you have to accept some things in your life more willingly with less resistance. So maybe the thank you God for my misery would also help you. Also, they're encouraging you to drop the ego. And I'm not saying, oh, you have a big ego and you really think you're something. It's not about that. It's about over-identifying with your personality, basically. So they want you to be more present in the moment and not put judgments and labels on things, but just more go with the flow, and make friends with the present moment and realize they just said there is no enemy. They also were talking about like you getting a hobby or an interest that takes all your attention, and that'll be are you gonna do it? Now that one's a little far for you, baby. Try the one that's closer to you. There you go. I think you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, honey. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going. So, affirmations, less resistance. Okay, not pomama. They just they're talking about like they just mentioned. Oh yeah, and staying present. They just said dun 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 ba bum bum ba bum. Woo! That was awesome, Annie. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. She just took not just the leap of faith that I was thinking she was going to take, that it was going to make all that noise, but she took like the double, triple leap of faith. And it didn't even make as much noise as the other one would have. That was cool. She amazes me sometimes. I'm just like, what? I didn't even think she was capable of that. That was awesome. Good job, Annie. Good job. You cutie pie. She's all proud of herself. So apparently you need to take some major leap of faith you don't necessarily believe you can do. Annie says you can. Take fear. They said fear is not a factor. Fear need not be a factor. Okay, hang on. Okay. Yeah. They said go for it. So let's pull a couple spirit cards for you. Shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off to sleep like a baby. Cry and get it out. This is just a purging to clear the way for better things. And I just got the words medbed. So the situation may look like something has come back around, but it's only so you can choose differently. You're on the right path to making your dreams come true. do that thing you want to do and quit waiting on anyone or anything to line up and just do it. So do it, girl, whatever that is. Do the new and inspired rather than the comfortable but worn out. Okay. P.O. Hello, my beautiful Amy. Happy New Year. I have a German Shepherd and she will be a year old January 25th. Her name is Anya and she's suffering from very itchy skin all over and it looks terrible. The vet's answer is steroids and antibiotics. This is not the answer and is a band-aid at best. Can you tell me what's going on with her? If not, can you do a mini healing on her? Sure, of course. She's such a beautiful soul and does not deserve this. Okay, so one thing about skin is it does represent like your ultimate protection. Like it surrounds you and holds everything in and keeps things out. So it's your protector. So she might be feeling threatened in some way. I feel like she's a little bit confused. She needs some training. She needs some proper training so that she can feel like she knows what to do in her environment, in her home. So, and I just looked at 55. So it could be that there's a lot of change going on in your life, perhaps, and she's feeling insecure about it. If you don't have it already, I would get the pet deck that I have on my website when it becomes available. And yeah, the pet deck could really help you to know what she's thinking and feeling in any given moment. It just feels like she needs to know how to handle things and what to do. So, like, and I've talked about this a bit, I always encourage people to use positive reinforcement because it's more reliable only because it's built on trust and love rather than fear and force, you know? So people say the positive reinforcement doesn't work, and the only reason that is ever true is the owner doesn't know what they're doing. So you have to be more clever than your dog, and you have to understand and kind of be ahead of your dog's psychology and the way that they think. So it does take being clever, it does take thinking ahead, it does take critical thinking in order to do positive reinforcement, but it is much more reliable and much stronger in everything if you do it correctly. So, yeah, she just needs to know, like, she needs to know what is her job. Like, what is she supposed to do when you're walking around on the phone? You know, is she supposed to go lay down? Is she supposed to sit? Can she be in the room? Does she need to go in the other room? What does she do when you make dinner? Like, is she supposed to go sit on her bed, lay on her bed? Is she supposed to go in her crate? Like, she doesn't know what she's supposed to do when you do what you do. She doesn't, like, understand, like, if dogs are in a pack, they all kind of teach each other or show each other what to do. There's a lot of boundaries, and like, the dogs know their rank and they know where to go and what to do when they do all that they do. But when these animals live with humans, they're like confused and they get kind of insecure and they're not sure, you know, what to do. So she needs some direction. She needs some positive reinforcement and some direction and some reassurance that you're not going anywhere, I feel. Fear of the unknown. It feels like one of the threats that's weighing on her is fear of the unknown. So I guess as you're planning your life or whatever changes you're going through right now, picture for her, because these guys really tap into and they understand telepathy better than anything, and telepathy involves pictures. So show her what you're planning. So if you were in the middle of a move, then you would be telling her or projecting in your mind what it's going to be like living in your new place, and how peaceful it'll be and how fun it'll be, and going on walks, and just picture the way that you see life being for you guys. So she's seeing you picture your future walking together and cuddling and playing and things like that. So she can get those, you know, she knows that she's a part of your future. Sometimes when we're making plans, we're just making all these plans and thinking of all the legalities and semantics, whatever that word is. We're getting into all the details of it in our humanness, and the dogs or cats or whatever can't see that they're in it, so they're like, I'm seeing this, that, and the other thing. I'm seeing a telephone, and I'm seeing this and that, and decor and things, but where am I? So be sure that you're reassuring your animals and just talking to them and telling them what your plan is for them. And she's only a year old, so she doesn't know any better. Okay. I'm just asking her what she feels insecure about, anything in particular she wants to talk about. It feels like she gets a little bit pacing. It's worry. The skin condition is worry. So, she'll worry less if she feels like she understands her role in your life. I'm kind of introducing the idea to her that she can just kind of relax and lay around and do whatever she pleases. And, as long it will be welcomed as long as it's calm and relaxed, So I'm going to take the energy off of the energy that's on her of worry. I'm going to take this off of her. Hama ana teke nsasishi na opomba an tai sanse hala ana teke he oma ana dai shinche sase lake. And then she felt vulnerable when I took that off of her. Now she feels vulnerable. So yeah, she looks like you're dealing with an animal with like either PTSD or like she's had trauma or something. Because she's like, oh my gosh, you just took my clothes off, Hama natain sase shihe na apom pamaan tai e lake in sase shenche lake poma. I'm showing her an older dog that's been around a while that just kind of lays around the house and is just kind of like, hey, my owner's got this, and they're not really worried, just to give her an idea of how she could be. Hama natain sase shihe poma an. She goes, wow, can it really be that way? Like I can just totally rely on my person and not even worry about anything and just kind of live and be? Yeah, it totally could. She feels a little bit responsible for you. Like she needs to take care of you. She feels like she's not doing her job properly. That's not your job, honey. So tell her what you got her for. Why you invited her in your life, why you brought her home. Explain her role to her. I'm showing her like closeness and companionship, and so I'm communicating that to all the animals. For those of you who are listening right now, all of your animals are getting this message as well. You're for companionship. Most of you are for companionship. Like your human got you because they wanted a friend. They wanted a friend to hang out with. Tantan saseshi ikihin ai. Hala okay saseshi in aike. Upom ama an. And here comes Nala. Okay. CW. I need my cards for this one. My soul flame has moved on in the 3D. Can you please give me any messages from my guides around that? Trying to open my heart to new love opportunities, but I'm feeling blocked by still feeling this connection so strongly. Yeah, that can be hard. It's going to be just as hard for him to move on. In fact, they never move on. You're always the one that got away. So, but that's his choice to make. And they just said it's good, it's all good, and they gave you a thumbs up. Accept the circumstances as they are. The more acceptance that you have, the more he will actually accept and love himself more and make better decisions. So thank you, God, for my misery would be a really good exercise to do on this. Thank you, God, that, my divine partner has decided to choose another life, and write all the benefits and advantages as to why that's a perfect thing for you right now. Hapama anate kensa. Shishihina alpoma It definitely, he's already like, what did I do? This isn't me. He's people pleasing, it looks like. So, he's going to go through a process, a maturing process. So just accept life as it's coming to you, as it is. And know that the perfect person for you is going to come at the perfect time and in the perfect way for you. Thank you, God, so much that you've brought such an amazing, amazing person into my life who wants to be with me too, who wants to start a new life with me and is brave and courageous enough to get over his fears and insecurities and be with someone like me that inspires him or stretches his faith, because we all know that true love really does stretch your faith, and you never feel good enough for that person. I don't care who you are. You haven't found a true love if you don't feel good enough, or if you don't have that feeling that you're not good enough. So they said to pull some cards on how he feels about having chosen that other life, having moved on. How does he feel? Oh, he misses you. Oh, if he got married, he's already thinking of getting a divorce. The Justice card. He knows he did you wrong by throwing you out in the cold, so it feels like he's judging himself. The Hierophant and the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So it feels like whoever he chose, she's kind of ice cold. And he's afraid that since he's gone that direction and said no to you somehow, that he's going to miss out on something he has a lot of faith in, a lot more faith in, I guess you could say. You do have another option. I feel like you have like two options coming through. He lied to you. Looks like he lied to you somewhere in there. He decided to lie to you, but because he did that, he's going through a major transformation that's making him want to give back to you and break through his fears and insecurities to do that. So, whatever he's done, it's reversible. It's not permanent. He wants to talk to you, and he thinks you're incredibly mature to have handled it the way that you have. He wants to go to the next level with you and put this burden down and do what he wants to do and celebrate with you somehow. He knows that you're the person that he wants to be with. So even when it looks like they've moved on, sometimes they're still hanging on just as much as you. And he just said, and then some. So yeah, he has not forgotten about you or moved on, is the way that you put it. But you do have other options, so definitely keep your options open, and just realize, that as long as you keep your vibration the most important thing, and just keep being happy and keep affirming that you are so happy to be with this wonderful person that you feel so fulfilled with and happy with and all of that, then you will be attracting a soul flame, or your twin flame could come back, or that kind of thing. So they said don't despair. Let me get some spirit cards. Take your time making this decision. You'll know when it's time to take action. Don't worry, you won't miss the window. Okay? Nala got under the covers in the bed, and she's like scooting all around under those covers. She's going to come out so staticky. Don't rely on anyone else to save you. Learn to be your own savior and best friend. Okay? You have nothing to fear but the thoughts you're entertaining. That's why it's important to do something like Byron Katie's work, so you can be taking care of those thoughts and insecurities, and like fears of abandonment and whatnot. Now Annie's joining her under the covers. This should be pretty funny. There is really no past or future, so make best friends with the now. That's your real gold. Okay. Okay, SJ. Hi Amy, I have had your channel. I have had you channel our cat Junior before. He had a respiratory issue that has since cleared up, but now he's drinking and peeing a significant amount more than usual. So much so that after each time he goes to the litter box to pee, he steps in it and his paws get matted with litter. Aww. I've been cleaning his paws off whenever I see it, and we also have been cleaning his litter box out more to help. We are concerned this is a sign that something's up. I want to take him to a holistic vet. Good idea. Even though it's expensive, it'll save you actually in the long run, because they make better decisions because they're more intuitive. But my husband is hesitant and thinks we should look at vets nearby. I've never felt comfortable with conventional vets. Good. Can you channel our cat and see what's up? Is he okay? Am I right that the holistic vet is a better path? Absolutely. Okay. Let me see what he says here. Yeah, when they drink a ton like that, a lot of times it's diabetes. So you may want to look into that. I do feel like there is something that the holistic vet will recommend that is going to work, and it feels like it might have to do with the type of food that he's eating and like his salt intake or something like that, mineral or salt intake. But I feel like the holistic vet is going to know what that is. I feel like it's going to be a woman vet. So, okay, let's take a look here. Hapama anataike. Shinjantai heem omaan. Lakiri na teisan se shikipun. Ha ala anapuma makienza. He's not that bothered by the situation. Tantahi lakipum ana ai. But he doesn't. He sees you fussing over it, and that's what he doesn't like. He's thirsty. Yeah, he's really thirsty. So that makes sense. I just asked Spirit if I could do a healing and if it would help, and I got a yes. So. Shinche he pum homa ana ake la sanse chikin. Ha'ala pomama'an. Tantai he epo aka ena. Shishihensa se ikena. Halapu poma'ana taike he echensa. Sesi he la anda eke e pomaman. Halakena taisan se shike. Hapama ana taken. Sanseshe he elo poma'ana ke ela sansela. Hala ake shinsa se. Hi pompoma hama an tateke ins. Ala oma ama ake endai sanse. Okay, so it looks like I've just balanced or fixed something significant. But when you tell the holistic vet about what's been going on, I just got the number 8. I feel like it might be the 8th vet that you see on the list of local vets, something like that. But when you go to this person and you tell them what's been going on, she's gonna say, oh, I know just what to do. He's got too much this in his system or that, and whatever corrective action she gives you to take, it's gonna be preventative maintenance for him, and it'll work. It'll be successful. So he's gonna be fine. He feels relieved, and he feels like I would give him about 2 days for this to show up in the physical, so he'll probably still be peeing a bit for a couple days, and then you might see him relax a little bit more, and a sense of relief, and you might see him pee less. I'm not sure. Tantai ke he insan se shi in hila aka umpoma anari. yeah, okay, he looks better. Okay, GM. Which statement would be true about my DM? A, he didn't watch The Fall of the Cabal and Aquarius Africa Rising. B, he did watch both films and he's in denial. C, the angels say I am supposed to send and expose him to both of these films. D, it's a lesson for him to learn all by himself. I just got C. The angels say I'm supposed to send and expose him to both of these films. And then I just looked at the tiger. So I would look up a tiger and look up the symbolism of what they mean and apply it to that. They said be sensitive, but just be light-hearted and sensitive about the subject. He's scared. It feels like he would be really overwhelmed pretty easily by that subject. But I also feel like if you say it right, and let me feel into how you could say it. Let's see. You've asked me why I believe the way that I do. And these are two really eye-opening films. They are a bit rattling at some points. However, sometimes we need to see certain truths that are very uncomfortable in order to get to a place where we can feel more comfortable, because we know that we're standing in truth and we can do something about it. So I hope that you can press past any discomfort that this brings up for you, so that we can even have some good productive discussions about it and feel more empowered about where we're going in our world. Something like that. Okay, SL. Hi Amy, could I have a true love check-in with my husband? Yeah, let's do that. All right, Spirit, how does her husband think and feel about her right now, please? How does her husband think and feel about her right now? Oh, well, he either wants to give you clarity or, yeah, I think he wants some clarity. He's burdened. I think he feels like you want to be independent of him somehow. Like you want to, maybe it could be that you want to get a divorce, or maybe he puts you up on a pedestal, and it's like maybe you've had something that you've been celebrating, but now he's like you don't need him or something. So I think he's feeling a little bit insecure, and he's wanting to make a judgment call for there to be an end of a difficult period, and for him to make you a substantial commitment or offer or something like tangible. So maybe if you've always talked about wanting to buy a farm or something like that, he might be bringing that up soon, saying, I'd really like to take this to the next level and really try to help us. I think because of your new promotion or whatever, I think that we could make our dreams come true now. Let's go to that place and get that farm that you've been talking about for so long. So, let's see. He's trying not to worry, and he wants to just balance things out. He's afraid of missing out somehow. And he's feeling a little bit defensive because he feels like you're his dream come true and he really wants to be with you. And so he's going to try to take you to the next level because he has a lot of faith in you guys. And maybe his defensiveness has been coming off. Maybe he's been drinking to cope with it. I'm not sure, but he's been doing something that's a bit defensive that he regrets, and he really wants to heal. I feel like sometimes he feels like he acts a little immature for what you deserve, but he really wants to be with you and continue to be with you, and doesn't want to lose you. He's trying to overcome whatever's happened, and he thinks about you all the time. trying to figure out a way to make it work and to apologize for it breaking your heart or not being more cooperative with you. And he really is working on loving himself more so he can be so he can be better for you and maybe not people please so much. Whatever this was you told him or is going on, it's a little shocking for him, a little hard for him to digest. It's like you don't need him. He's pretty sure you're going to be wanting a divorce. But he would like to make it work, and he would like to have a passionate new start with you. He believes you're his true love. So I hope that helps clarify some things for you, and good luck with that situation. GA. Hi Amy, I had a reading from you in October and it has come true just as you said. I got the job I asked for and it is a dream come true. However, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Plus they only gave me a 6-month contract. My question is this job my forever job, or is there another job coming after this job? Okay. Hama anataken sasishin hai. Hello hopo mama anakai. I'm asking, is this her forever job? I get a yes, it could be, if you want it to be. However, I also get a yes on you being pulled to something else. I think, okay, so it feels like you're coming from a fearful place, like afraid to lose it. But the funny thing is I feel like it's like they're trying to do something. They're trying to do something cool for you, but you're taking it a different way. It makes me think of like if you enter into like a 1-year lease or something, and you were curious if you could do a 6-month lease, but your landlord went ahead and gave you like a month-to-month lease. So you're like, well, are you trying to get rid of me? Like, are you anticipating something going bad? So it kind of feels like you're doing that with it, where the landlord was actually just wanting you to have freedom, because he could tell because you asked for the 6-month rent. So he was like, well, I'll just give you a month-to-month. So it's like he's, I said he, so it might be a male, was doing something for you to kind of give you freedom and flexibility or something like that. So they're saying to be very, very grateful and just love what you love about the job, and don't let your insecurities get the best of you. And just, be expressing that love and gratitude and take the fear out. So that's going to ensure that you keep that job. If you just, put your hand on your heart on your drive to and from work and just be like, or just say out loud, oh my gosh, I love my job. I love what I do. Everything keeps going so smooth, even though it hasn't. You got to say that and just really feel as if it has, or look for the ways that it has. So I would even do the thank you God for my misery exercise, because it'll make you spell out all the ways in which this has actually been perfect and that it hasn't been wrong. It hasn't gone, there's actually nothing that's gone wrong. It's all happened perfectly. So I would even go through every incident that you've been through at that job that you feel it went wrong, and I would do that exercise with it. It'll bring a lot of insights. You will be real surprised what you see. But yeah, I feel like it's actually going to be up to you whether you want to keep the job or not. But I also feel some kind of passion project pulling you away from it. So I feel like you're going to be the one that wants to leave, and it's because you're pulled to something even better. That's you're gonna feel like, you know what? I always wondered if I could get my dream job, and I did, and it was incredible, and it really taught me a lot, and I'm so grateful, and it was just awesome. But the fact that it was also kind of cumbersome and all of that also made you feel comfortable enough to make a change if you wanted to. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like life gives us discomfort as a way of, like, it turns up the volume of discomfort so that you'll be more willing to be flexible and make changes accordingly. So I think that probably a lot of these things went wrong, not because there's something wrong with the situation at all, but more just to keep you flexible and to keep you wanting to be more willing to go toward your passion project. If everything would have been perfect, and if everything would have been happened the way that you thought, and it would have been like totally seamless, then maybe you would really question going toward that passion project when it happens. You'd be like, oh man, this is so perfect. I can't, it's just been so incredible. I can't let this, I can't go to this passion project. So I think that that's what it's really about. And I do feel like it's going to go really well, but I would just take the anxiety out of it, do that exercise with it, do a real good cleanup job on all the worry, and just be super, super grateful. And you're going to be the one who pulls away for something you really love later. Okay, RV. Hi Amy, at the grocery store I ran into a man I knew when our kids were young. We talked for a while catching up. His wife passed away a year ago and I've been divorced 5 years. Okay, my question is, did he have any thoughts about me after seeing me? Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little check-in here. How am I? Oh, I just got the word thrilled. Like he's got a little pep in his step. Like enthusiasm. He's got some enthusiasm going on. Okay, so let's see what the cards show. So what did he think of their meeting? Oh. Oh. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, which is the theme, is a broken heart. He's heartbroken, and this is how he feels about you. So maybe he has some regret about, or maybe he feels bad for you, or just has some, regret that he didn't maybe, progress your relationship, the two of you, like a while ago. Let's take a look here. He's trying to love himself enough to make an offer to you. If you're looking for an offer, it looks like, he's definitely got that in the back of his mind. But it also looks like he's trying to get away from something negative and toxic in his life. So it could be, he's still healing. And it could be he's drinking to get over it, or had been. But now he's met you and everything, and he's feeling all this hope and enthusiasm. So he's like, oh wow, I gotta heal this. Because I can't go into a relationship acting like this or behaving this way. Yeah, so he's working really hard right now to establish some balance. He's surrounded by angels. They're helping him get through the pain. And yeah, he's like talking to angels. He was shocked to find you and to see you, but he really has a sense of being surrounded by divine intervention. I feel like they're also providing for him in a way that's unexpected, that he didn't see coming. So he would like to, he has faith in your connection between the two of you, and it looks like he would want commitment with you. He needs to talk to you, and it may be that she may have been kind of a karmic, kind of a toxic kind of person. So he may be trying to overcome all that's happened. I just saw a bruised ego, like he's hurt by some of the things that she used to say. It's so hard with death because you don't really get that resolution usually, depending on their situation, but you don't usually get that everything didn't get resolved. So you have kind of lingering pain going. So not only did he not get treated very well by this person, but never really got things to an even keel. So I think he's just trying to recover from the whole thing before he can come to you. So then he's gonna come to you for a new adventure. He's coming really mature and grounded, and he's going to try to help you heal your broken heart by working together with you, cooperating with you, being mature with you, and not ignoring an incredible opportunity for a bright future. So I really feel a sense of him feeling like that was destined, like that was destiny as far as he was concerned, and he's quite happy about it. And it looks like you guys exchanged numbers. and that made him very, very happy. He felt it intuitively, like this is a good timing for you guys to go forward, and he feels like you guys would be really happy and fulfilled together. He just needs to do a bit more healing, and he's also got to love himself enough to let in a healthy kind of love like he would have with you. So he really puts you up on a pedestal and thinks you're pretty incredible. So it's like he's got to kind of get himself ready for you, for love of this caliber. If some of you listening to this don't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying divine masculine and true love and all that kind of stuff, you can go to my playlist all about true love and get all edumacated in there and find out all about how all this works. But it does look like he's a true love for you, and he it looks really positive. And he's quite excited. So, and I just saw the universe do another thumbs up, and I see 10 of cups and the Fool when I said that. So, and he's thinking of you right now. I wouldn't necessarily initiate anything. I would let him come to you unless there's some kind of event near him. I don't know if you guys live around each other, but if there's like something really fun and playful and cool that you want to invite him to, that would be fine. But he really is trying to get in his power so that he can reach out to you himself and feel proud of himself. Okay, GM. Hi again, Amy. At what % has my true love connection been tripped up, intercepted, delayed, or even had mental blocks put into place caused by the work and interference of the dark cult? So of what % has your true love connection been tampered with, basically? I just got like a 32%? 32? So maybe not as much as you think. Hama Anaktaike and Sase. Let's see here. Hapa'ikain he na chain Sase people ma'an. Halakena. I just saw a rabbit. Oh, you know what? I think they're talking about the Matrix. That's interesting. Hapa'ikain ana chain Sase in influence. Societal, I just feel like it's more societal programming that's gotten in the way. I don't really feel like it's been like directed, like somebody's like put black magic at you guys or anything like that. But in terms of like the whole dynamic that's happened from the whole Luciferian atmosphere, circumstances, and in all of that, just the way that we've been programmed for so long and how it's really integrated in our society and all that kind of stuff, that's, I think, the 30%. How much has been like totally directed like at her and at him? 1%. Really not a lot. Really not a lot. So it's just gonna, and they just showed like a knot unraveling. So I do feel that you guys are going to be able to get on the same page. Maybe when you send him that information, he's going to be, he's going to be more willing than ever, because it feels like you've taken his defenses down a little bit, and he's going to be open. I think he's going to be open to listening. But like I said, like he's a scaredy cat when it comes to this stuff. So just be really gentle and really sensitive to him. JB. Hi, Amy. Number 1. I wonder if Spirit can tell me something about our future. My husband's planning to buy an apartment and maybe start a business in Dubai. Nice. We're hoping that we can get a residency there. Considering the C word mandates around the world, can you see that happening? Will we be able to get the residency? I just got a yes. They said changes are coming in this world. And it'll be fast change. Do you remember how startling it was when the whole C thing happened in the beginning, where it was like, oh my God, all of a sudden plexiglass everywhere. Like, what did they have it in their back closets? And they were just like ready already. Were people anticipating this? Because stuff sprouted up all over the place really fast. It's going to be just as fast to the opposite. So I'm going to pull some spirit cards. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. So whatever you're doing to handle the situation, God is definitely approving. All right. Oh, it feels like manifestation of some sort. Like you're imagining everything going really smoothly. And you're like using anticipation. Like, oh, it's going to be so great. I'm so excited. That's really good. They ask, which perspective or opinion feels good? That's what you stick with. Is what makes you actually feel good. When you feel good, you bring good results. Okay. You need to remove that toxic person or groom. Interesting. Or group from your life if you want things to change. Huh. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Spirit talks to you through everything and everyone. Develop your senses. Pay attention to background noise, conversations, colors, shapes, smells, sounds, numbers. Ask inanimate objects how they feel. Talk to nature and animals. Stay in touch with the synchronicities of life. Okay. And always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everyone. Live your truth. And do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more. Okay. Oh, hang on. So yes, I do see that happening. All right, so number 2, my sister's visit visa is expiring next month. I want her to extend her stay or come back as soon as possible and hopefully stay longer in a year or 2. Will she be able to come back to Germany or stay longer? Is she going to be able to extend her visa? I actually get to know. Can she come back at some point? Interesting. When I said extend visa, I got a no, but come back, I got a yes. I don't know what the difference is, except that maybe a lot of things are going to be happening in our world where we don't require a visa anymore, perhaps. Something like that. Is she going to be able to stay longer? Yeah. Gosh, everything is being dismantled right now. All the ugly, bad, tyrannical stuff is being disabled and dismantled. I know it doesn't seem like it in some areas, guys, but I really feel it. I mean, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like it's all done. It just feels like it's all done, and there's just some tantrums being thrown, but it's like, yeah. It's already a done deal as far as what I'm feeling and sensing about our world situation. I haven't even really felt at all inspired or pulled to do any more great awakenings at this point. I would if I feel called to, but I feel like it's I don't know, it's just worked out. It just feels like it's worked out. I don't know if other people, if you guys are feeling that or sensing that too. Please put it in the comments. But yeah, it's just a weird feeling that it's all over. Okay, a good feeling. Thank God. But yeah, just a feeling that it's over. Okay. SJ. Hi, Amy. I've been preparing for conception. Let me start again. I've been preparing for conception, and something I've read in my research is to get lab work done. Specifically hair tissue mineral analysis, full Monty iron panel, and possibly a Dutch urine test. I had planned to do this as soon as possible to check in with my nutrient levels and to make sure things looked good for optimal health at conception. I'd like to start trying to conceive in May of this year. I'm finding it somewhat difficult to secure a functional nutritionist to interpret the labs, partially due to my expectations of them and the financial investment it requires. Can you check in with Spirit to see if these labs are necessary for me to get Like, will they actually reveal lifestyle shifts I need to make? Okay, let me ask that first. Are these labs actually necessary for her to get? Are they necessary? Will they give vital information for lifestyle changes and things? I get a yes on all that. They said natural, though, like a nutritionist or somebody who's like a holistic person, if you can find someone like that. Can you check in with Spirit to see if, okay, or is what I'm doing or planning on doing enough for the kind of consciously healthy conception pregnancy I'm looking for, or the incoming soul would hope for? Is what she's planning going to be enough? I don't feel so. Is she gonna, so she does need the guidance? Yes, she does. Unless, they just said unless. Really? How interesting is that? Would that, if she did that one thing, would that like do it for her? Like that would be the one, okay. They actually just said if you were to do Qigong on a regular basis, it would balance everything out that you need. And it would like naturally balance your hormones and everything and get all your levels where they need to be to have that healthy conception. But they said you'd have to do it like 3 times a day. And I do have a Qigong routine that I recommend in my resources at the very bottom. It's called Healthier, More Energy, More Life. More Energy, More Life. And it's like a 20 or 30 minute routine that you memorize, and you can do that 3 times a day. But if you don't want to do that, but then yes, you'll need to go to some kind of professional that kind of coaches you. That's on my mind as well, as I'm doing enough for my future daughter or son. Okay, part of me is thinking that possibly instead of paying for a nutritionist, I should just use those funds for my nutritional needs, because inflammation and the price of well-sourced nutrition can get expensive. Apologies for the long-worded question. Thank you so much for all you do. It's so appreciated. You've been in my thoughts. Sending love your way. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Sending it right back. Is there anything else that she needs to know? I'm going to pick some spirit cards. Your baby's like, yay, mommy. You guys want each other as much as, you guys both want to be together. You've been together before in at least a couple of past lives. So there's a feel that's what makes you feel kind of like, I don't know, persistent, determined. It's like it's going to happen because you may have lost your baby in a past life, like had to adopt it out, or somebody, like maybe you were really poor and you couldn't properly care for it, so it had to go to another mother. It feels like something like that. So in this life, you're just like, I'm going to make your life the best it can be, and we're going to be together. Okay, so the card I pulled is, we're doing all that we can to help comfort and encourage you. We love you so much. Aww. Which perspective or opinion feels good? So go away from fear and choose what actually makes you feel good to do. We're your biggest fans. We believe in you and what you're capable of. You can move mountains. Aww. So Spirit knows you can do this. This involves old beliefs and shame. As, let's see, it's just you not loving yourself. So don't be so hard on yourself. Love yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. Just keep doing your healing work. Everything is working out. So maybe that healing work is a reference to the Qigong. Yeah, it's time to throw out those outdated thoughts and beliefs. What you think, say, and believe, you create. Quit banging your head against the wall doing the same thing. Mix it up and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. Go with the new and inspired rather than the comfortable but worn out. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another wasted moment on worry. Okay. All right, J.A. Hi, Amy. If this is my best chance at union, can you do a healing or clearing on myself and my potential partner? We've had some emotional issues in the past and are trying to start fresh. If there are any blocks, curses, or entity attachments that are hindering our success, can you please transmute? Yeah. Okay. All right. He has an issue with pleasing his mother, so he might be mama's boy or something. Or just right now, because of a pressing situation, he's feeling the pressure of it. So he needs to love himself as much and know that he's not responsible for her or her happiness. And he needs to let her tend to herself. It's really hard for him. It's almost crushing for him not to give in to her, though. She programmed him, I guess, conditioned him to feel that way. Spell? It's like she's put a spell on him, and it's really strong. It's like mind control. I even got that it's intentional. She feels like she just said, well, yeah, I wanted him to be a good boy and listen to his mother. So I don't think she realized that she put a black spell on him, but she kind of did. Like, if you told her you put a black spell on him, a dark spell on him or whatever, she'd be like, oops, he. Well, it works out to my favor. So I don't think she has a lot of shame in her controlling him. So he's going to have to do a lot of healing around that issue, around people pleasing in general, and just tending to himself and having good boundaries, and like him loving himself and making decisions based on that love for himself, and letting everybody else kind of fend for themselves. Everybody, including you. Like his love for himself needs to be first and foremost. He needs to be able to look in the mirror and say, I love you, straight in the eye, and feel good about it. Is there any other blockage that's keeping? Women, I just feel like it's not even necessarily just his mom, but women. It kind of almost, I was referring to the wolf pack earlier. It almost feels like there's a rank. He's found that there's a piece when everybody, all the women in his life are ranked, and he has to put like first place, second place, third place, fourth place. And because you're more new than the other ones, they take higher rank, I guess. Or he feels like if those top three have peace, then you guys can be okay. But he's got it all ass backwards, because you need to be the first and foremost priority. He needs to be the first and foremost priority. Then everybody else, because everybody else will fall into place and fall into line if the two of you are in cahoots on the same team and you guys are like a cohesive unit, and that is the only way you guys will survive a situation like that. The two of you need to be absolutely, completely together on whatever you're going to be doing, and everybody else just needs to deal with it. Now, there's got to be some serious tough love there. So he needs to learn to just relax and have a sense of humor about things as well. And he's got to learn to teach himself how to relax about the situation, because I see him stiff in bed, like he can't sleep and he just lays there wide awake. And he needs to learn to maybe meditate or something that where he can make himself relax. Because that amount of stress and living for other people like that it's terrible, and he doesn't have a life. He's living everybody else's life for them, which isn't going to work. So that's what I'm picking up on, and we've just cleared all of that. So let me have a talk with him. Hamaanate insase. Heshike ma'an. So I just relayed to him everything that I just said. Heshe intateki pamaana ake. Tente shihe pumpa ake intaise. Something happened in the past that kind of, he was about to leave the nest. You know, he was about to leave his parents' place and never got past that point. I don't know what happened, but it's like a past life thing. He never grew up past like 17. So there's something about that that's bleeding through to this life as well. He needs to finally make peace with leaving home. He's got to just take that leap of faith and be like, you know, I'm an adult now. I've left home and I am going to make it on my own. Totally independent. Okay. GM. And GM has 3 questions. 1, is my DM going to choose to stay in the 3D matrix with his karmic? Or does some kind of tower moment jolt or awaken him to catapult out of it and move towards a happy twin flame union? Is he staying in the 3D matrix for as long as he needs to? They said don't push it, don't force or push the issue. He's there for on purpose. Like, it's not a mistake that he's with her. He is learning some things that will make him stronger for you. He will eventually leave that situation. Okay, number 2. For the past couple of months prior to Christmas, it came out in a reading that DM, which means Divine Masculine, was working on his finance at the top of his mental. Then I was the priority next in line. After taking a big mental jolt in our timeline, shifting dramatically, am I today still a top priority currently? Or has that all changed for him in his mind and heart? Okay, I just got work. Work is number 1. Then he's trying to stabilize his ex. And then you're next. Stabilizing the ex is kind of like, it makes me think of the last reading with the people pleaser and the mom. It's like he's thinking that if he takes care of her needs or makes her stable somehow, then it's gonna bring freedom for you guys. But he's got it ass backwards again, because he needs to make you the focus and get you guys stable and together and cohesive, and then you guys can take care of that situation together as a team. Yeah, and serve a little bit of tough, hard love there. So, yeah, you move right up to first place. Like you move into that first rank and move everything down once he has some kind of an epiphany. Feels like an epiphany or realization is going to come to where he's like, you know, what am I doing? It's almost like, it reminds me of an analogy of a kid standing in line at McDonald's. Mommy, 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 I want an ice cream cone. Mommy, 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 I want an ice cream cone. No, you can't have one. No, you can't have one yet. You haven't had your lunch. But mommy, 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 I want an ice cream cone. And the mother like eventually gives in and gives the ice cream cone to the kid. And so what the kid found out from that interaction was that if I ask 18 times, she'll finally give in and give it to me. So you condition the child that you don't actually mean no. You actually are asking for him to ask you 18 times. So it's like he's going to realize that about the ex. Like, his no hasn't meant no. It means, please ask me 20 times. And when you ask me 20 times, it'll be a yes. So somebody out there needed to hear that. You need to set a firm boundary, and your yes needs to be yes, and your no needs to be a no. Firm. Flexible, but firm. So it feels like he's going to have some kind of realization about that. Okay, number 3, after many good email exchanges, us getting through some pain and conflict, working through some pressure-cooked buildup, and finding resolve together, he had expressed he wanted to hear my views and shares and welcome them. Oh, okay, I thought he might. I expressed in order for us to reconnect and have fireworks like we had in the beginning, we would need to make it our conscious choice to be present together as much as possible and strive to always go back to our heart space when the mind and hamster wheel kicks up. No response back. After all that healing, working through conflict in a healthy manner, he's checked out and gone. What the heck is he up to? What the heck is up and going on in this man's mind? Well, it kind of sounded like you were getting, it kind of started to feel like you were talking down to him. Like you were acting like his mother. You know, in order for this to and then this has to happen and that has to happen. And he was just like, dang, you know, it's like you're taking over control. So it's like he would be taking his, you know, like giving the control from the ex to you now. And it's like, I don't want a mother. I don't want somebody telling me what to do or what we have to do to I want to be a team. I want us to decide these types of things together. I don't want to be told that this is what we'll need to do going forward. He also, it's like, so he wants respect. He wants to be treated like an equal. And, hama na taken sasashin. So I feel like you could send him a message, something about, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. I've just been talking out loud just because we're not really talking on the phone or anything like that. So this has just been my way to communicate. But if I've offended you or upset you or not included you or anything like that, I want you to just please let me know. I'm totally open to whatever you have to say as well. You know, so maybe come from that angle. Hape na aken sa swishiinahan. He pumpuma omaan. Ala ekens ashikin na takin. Let me look at some spirit cards here. Don't take it so seriously. Just laugh it off. Yeah, we do tend to take ourselves too seriously, don't we? If you let a bully have its way, the bully will get strong. So he must be thinking you're a bully. You're kind of bullying him a little bit. Pray instead for you to have strength and for the bully to heal. Stand up and for you to have strength to stand up and for the bully to heal its wounds. Okay. Just let go. Waiting energy just pushes away. Have faith it's coming because it is. If you were someone else, what would you think of you and your life? So maybe just take a look at how you would feel if he would have said all of that to you. You know, you need to change this. You need to look at this. You need to be open to my beliefs. You need to. And I think he's just feeling a little, like he's trading one bully for another. Take your time making this decision. You'll know when it's time to take action. Don't worry, you won't miss this opportunity. So I would just do some good reflecting. I would do Byron Katie's work on he should drop into his heart space when we have a disagreement. He should learn and listen to all these things I have to enlighten him about. He should, I would do any shoulds that you're feeling, like he should do this and he should be like this and all that kind of stuff. And I think that would definitely kind of like open up some space for you guys. Okay. CP. All right. My true love texted me on New Year's Eve, a simple Happy New Year. I responded as simply as he did. I would usually try to get more conversation going, but this time I didn't. My question is what he thought of the interaction. Will he be inspired to communicate further? Thoughts, outcomes around that. Angel blessings and wishes for a magical year. For some reason, I feel like I answered this on the last video. Did you check the timestamps underneath the video and look for your video? Because I could have sworn I answered this. All right. Or maybe you just had a very similar question to somebody else. Okay. So, dun, dun, dun. And just so everybody knows, when you order a question, please read the entire page, because it'll tell you everything you need to know. Somebody said to me, oh, I submitted a question a couple days ago, when's the video coming out? And I'm like, well, that's why I put the information on the page. Read the page and it'll tell you everything. It'll say, if you submitted your question between this date and this date, this is the video that it's going to come out on. If you submit it today, now from this date forward, it's going to come out at this date. So I spell it all out on there. Okay. So what did he think of that? What did he think of their interaction on New Year's? Wow. 8 of Wands. High Priestess in 10 of Wands. 3 of Cups. 2 of Swords. And 4 of Wands. But on the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. So loving you but not telling you necessarily. He's afraid he's going to miss out if he doesn't do something kind of mature and grounded now. He has a lot of regret with the 5 of Cups. He feels really sad. But he wants to come out of hiding and let the burden down and start getting to celebrating. Feels like he's really taken some time to put himself in your shoes, and he wants to go to the next level with you, and he thinks about you all the time. He's trying to overcome becoming single and going forward, so perhaps he's attached to somebody. Yep. Wheel of Fortune. Yep. And the 4 of Swords. He needs to break up with somebody that he feels a little bit chained to. He's trying to manifest, and maybe even through using affirmations or from healing himself, so that he can be strong enough to kind of stand up to the person. He definitely knows you guys have unfinished business he needs to get to, and he needs to get to that in a very mature way. And he feels like you're very compassionate and loving and understanding of his situation, and he appreciates that. And he really wanted to celebrate with you on New Year's. You were the one he wanted to be with. And he wants to form a community with you, kind of a family. Yeah, he's just trying to get in his power, it looks like, so that you guys can be happy and fulfilled together. He just said, oops, like he got himself entangled in a karmic situation, and he's like, oops, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, he wants to make you some kind of an offer. He's going to have an epiphany as well. The Hanged Man with the Ace of Pentacles. I just feel like he's done a lot of thinking about what this has done to you and the decisions he's made, and you know what that's caused in his life. And he's really he's reevaluating the worth of his relationships and what he's based his happiness on and things like that. So once he gets done with some deep reflecting and some healing, and once he breaks up with her, then it feels like, you know, he's going to come running to you. I want to run to you. All these songs are popping in my head. So, yeah, I would give him a good 3 months to get through this whole process. But then when he comes to you, he's going to be strong. So I know that it feels like bad news, because, you know, who wants to wait another 3 months and when they've waited so long already? But and you don't have to wait, you know, you can entertain other people or go out and date and get to know other people or whatever. But yeah, this is what it feels like. It feels like he'll be ready, like he wants to be, in about 3 months. All right. I'm going to do a general blessing for you guys. So if you just want to drop your shoulders and relax, take a deep breath. Set your intention, and as long as it's for the highest good of everybody involved and doesn't infringe on anybody's free will, then it will be amplified and granted for you. All right. Hamana taken sa se shi la pom pom an He la e ken sa se se shikini tai. Hipe hupu mo omaan. Tai sa sena. Chinche e la ki pimpe ma aha ana aike en. Sai la hopo ma ama ana take. He la san se shi he e la anke e pumpu ma on. Sain sai lo puho aike en. Ha la shin sa se la he kem puma ma on. Ti san sain data ike he e la an. Ta aikens. Shin tateki pumba ma ana ai. Hi. Okay, everybody, have a beautiful time. Let me know how you're doing in the comments if you would, or in the chat. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later.